Hello, I'm just gonna have another little walk today. We're at the bottom of a long lane overlooking Stocksbridge. I'm gonna walk just up to Trig Point, back down through Spooky Wood and back down Long Lane to where car is. It's pretty cold. It's been raining quite a lot. There's a little bit of wind, so I'm togged up with my winter gear on. As you can see, I look a bit of a loon, but it's all about keeping warm. I don't know how far it is. Just let me spin camera around, and if you can see right, where am I looking? There we go. Right up there. That's where I'm heading, and then back down this road here to Rav Beast, which has just been abandoned. So hopefully I'll set off now. Hopefully get around successfully, get done before school pickup. Should be fine. I mean, it's pretty muddy, which is gonna make it fun. But we're not bothered about that. One interesting thing is they've dug this channel out. I guess in an attempt to improve water flow and stop this bottom bit getting quite as muddy. Which I suppose, compared to what it used to be when I was a kid, it's worked. But if you just look at this terrain that we're walking up here, I don't think it's probably done as much as they were hoping. But end of the day, I mean, this is moorland. It's, you know, as you can see, there's no, all you've got is surface water running off. There's nowhere for it to escape. It's simply got to come downhill. So these lower down areas are going to be boggy and wet. It's as simple as that. So you know, to quote an old phrase, it is what it is. So we don't worry about it. But you see, like, the actual path bit is probably muddier than attempting to walk straight through all the heather. But then that provides its own set of challenges getting through the heather. I've had to take my snood off. It was somewhat irritating me. So I decided just to I'd rather be a bit colder and uncomfortable. So I am. Just thought I'd let you have a quick look at weather from a slightly elevated. It's not particularly brilliant. Slightly raining. It's ever so cold. I've not seen another soul at all. Probably no one mental enough to come out in this weather. Certainly not up this mud track thing that I've decided to. I'm like literally bog snorkeling earlier. I'm roughly up to ankle in it, but luckily got some decent boots on. So that's kept me feet dry. So quiet. So steady and quiet. And where we're actually going now, I can't actually see anymore. We will be able to do when we get over this little ridge here. We'll be able to see destination again, but just for the moment, I've just got prickled by some nasty pasty. Look at that beggar. Just accidentally walked into that. That's what you get for not paying attention. Little wake up call, aren't we? That'll get you out of bed in the morning, that one. So yeah, we'll be able to see destination, and I'm hoping I can find a specific land feature that I remember from being a a kid. But I'm going to find it before I tell you about it. A lot of people who are local will probably already know the stories. But if anyone's watching this who's not local to Stocksbridge, might find it a little bit interesting. But as I say, I want to try and find one or a few of them before I tell you. And I do think they're a bit further up, so we'll wait until we find one. So I've come off of the standard path. We're very close to the Trig Point now. Just that's how close we are. It's just there, so not too far at all. We're pretty close, so it's not going to take as much longer to get to. Show you. Got an absolute grand view. Well, we certainly would have if it were better weather. Grand view of Stocksbridge down there. As grand a view as you can have of the old girl, anyway. And I found one of the things I were hoping to show you. I don't know how this is going to show up on camera. I'm just going to spin this. And in this area, what we've got. No, it doesn't. It's not very good to see through camera. I wonder if I'll show you from this angle. No, it doesn't. No, it's not. Well, what we've got here, anyway. I know on camera it looks like just a bit of ground, but what we've got is quite a big crater, and quite doesn't really fit with the rest of the ground around here. We've got another one just next to it. This might show up a little better actually, because we've got. I wonder if you can see that a little better. Oops, just spun camera a bit silly there. Right, let me show you. There we go. No, you still can't see them at all. I must not a very good cameraman or bit of a novice. But what we've got is a series of craters running all up this area. And what I was led to believe when I was younger, and I actually done a little bit of research, and this is true. Back in the Second World War, when the Stocksbridge Steelworks was a high priority target for the Luftwaffe, they made, I've no idea, a lot of attempts to come and bomb it, to destroy it. It had become a munitions factory and an essential parts for the RAF. It made parts of Spitfires and Hurricanes, I believe, as well, which obviously smashed the Luftwaffe's counterparts out of air, which is one of the reasons why you can look back on that period and we're so proud of the heritage of the Spitfire and the Hurricane. We also had a lot of specialist stuff getting made down there. You know, and as I say, it's certainly munitions, because my grandma Alice was one of the, I believe in later years they've become to be known as the Umbrella Girls. They used to make umbrellas, and they swapped to making munitions, which were obviously essential for war effort. And Germans made countless attempts to try and destroy the Stocksbridge Steelworks. And what these craters are is the wardens from Stocksbridge used to come up every night and light fires, put lights, torches and stuff up here, because there's absolutely nothing around here for miles. It doesn't matter, Germans could bomb this forever in a day and it wouldn't make a difference. We'd have no loss of life, no casualties. So while Stocksbridge down there operated in a full blackout, up here we put lights and as I say, lit fires and stuff. So when the German bombers came over, obviously the technology were nowhere near as good as it is today. That was enough to make the German bombers believe that must be it, because that's where the light is. So that's what formed all these craters. I've actually found another three. I wouldn't imagine they'll show up on camera. So here we are at the Trig Point itself. There's my little boy, maybe known as White Rock to some locals. And we're overlooking Stocksbridge. Not that you can see it got foggy, but down there is the steelworks, and then going across over into Stocksbridge Main. But as I say, it's not the best day for footage. You can see how foggy it is. You know, just look over there, you can't see past these trees that are just in front of us. It's raining. It's just typical, you know. I suppose for December it's not bad. You know, not too bad. I'm just at the place where we scattered my brother's ashes, which is quite a special place to me. Nice that we got it here. So yeah, it's quite a reasonable ascent, not too far. Lovely in summer. You know, it's a lovely family walk up in summer, especially where we're going to go back. A massive amount of molehills. It's like, must be like some kind of colossal mole city underneath here. So they must love this kind of ground. Or maybe it's just because there's no weather up here and they're visible. Maybe there is millions down there as well, and we just can't see them. So, but I don't know. I mean, lovely. If I wish I could show you the views from up here, because the fog is so bad. You know, this is generally an absolute awesome view this side. You know, looking away from Stocksbridge, but just can't see anything at all. So it not end up world. I'm sure I'll be back and might do a summer comparison for how this looks in summer compared to how it looked in winter. But I don't have my hat on. Anyway, we're going to head down into Spooky Wood, get to top of Long Lane, and walk back down to... Oh, this is surely going to show up on camera. This must be a big kahuna. Oh no, it still doesn't even look that impressive. This is a colossal crater. There's a few actually, like all this area. It's as though someone's got a massive spoon and just took a massive chunk out of land here. You know, like from that rim that you see there, straight down there. That is, I mean, that must have been that piece of kit. That were the one they thought they did jackpot when they dropped that beggar. No doubt. So anyway, we're going to walk down into Spooky Wood as I've always known it. I'm sure it's got I think it's actually called Windle Woods, which I talked roughly, you know, I mentioned briefly in the last video that I did, which was when I went to Windle Crags, which is from the road actually the other way. So here we are in the heart of Spooky Wood now, and I suppose it's called that for a particular reason. You know, it's some trees have formed very oddly. There's little, you know, look at that for an odd thing. Little rock formations and all sorts of bizarre looking tree shapes that, you know, don't like particular. And some people say they can see faces in some trees. I mean, that could be an eye and a nose. You know, if you look into stuff like that. I mean, obviously, I'm not a particular believer of stuff like that, but it's what it's known as. It's what I got told it were called as we were growing up. So I can see why people think it. I mean, there's all sorts of, you know, compared to just trees growing straight and flat wood, it's completely different, and I don't know what kind of trees they are. See, I mean, this thing here, that looked like 3 trees have grown together. I mean, that is bizarre. Nice bit of bog there. We'll go around. I don't fancy bog snorkeling again. Lost my hat. Oh my god! I mean, it's like bleeding quick mud. This, I'm down. Had to get phone down pretty quickly there because I was struggling. Oh, I needed both my hands to rescue me there. My God, that were mental. But slightly amusing, if not else. So to make sure I look nice, gotta look pro enough for me. for me films. There we go. There we go, nice and covered. Nice and warm again. Oh, I'm actually going to come out of Spookywood now. Cross over this wall and get onto some nice easy footpath. And if you follow the footpath that way, that'd get you back up to Trig Point. But as I say, what we don't want is, I don't fancy falling over again. And I don't fancy getting any muddy. So I've just come across something that's obviously not usually here. I'll just show you. Just get it on camera. There we go. It's to do with a local chap whose funeral I believe was yesterday. I'm going to research this before I upload this to the final video. But Alan Staniforth, known to many locals as Lampin Stan. It was his funeral yesterday. I went to school with an old mate of mine, his stepson James. And obviously this must have been some kind of special place to him, you know, meant something to family or whatever. And as I say, I believe this, I think he were heavily into like mod movement and stuff, and this is a little tribute. As I say, I will fact check that before I put it into the final video, but if that's what it is, rest in peace, Lampin Stan. I see you in the sky with the angels. So nice little touch, and obviously, you know, this area means a lot to a lot of local people. Excuse me. And I say my own brother's ashes are up there, so it's understandable that it could be prominent and relevant. So we're back at the top of the long lane now. Just exiting Spookywood onto the road. This is exactly where Windhill Crags walk started, which I did on a previous video. If I've not bored you too much with this one and you've not seen that one, go and check it out. Get through this gate. And as I say, so this is exactly where we started one at previous walks. Weather's not improved, it's still raining, still pretty cold. But now just a nice steady walk down to the road now, really easy. Little detail on my next video, I think I'll have both the kids with me on the next video, so you'll be treated to some entertainment from them too, I'm pretty sure. It's not the longest walk, it's quite a long drive from Stocksbridge. It's almost an hour's drive. I've been and wrecked it last week. Make sure kids can manage it. And it's interesting. I mean, it's a place that I've had on radar to go and have a look at for a while. There's 2 or 3 local landmarks there that I'll do some research on, and I could tell you a little bit about it in video, because sometimes I just start walking, start talking, and don't fill you with many facts. And it's a good thing to do Christmas Eve. Beth will have been on night before, so she'll come home straight to bed. I'll take kids out, we'll do a 3 or 4 mile walk, see a few landmarks, have us dinner, come back. Kids will be tired hopefully, and then my old mate Sandy Claus will be coming that evening, so we want to be tucked up in bed and have a nice night's sleep. So I want to make sure I cover as many features and little hidden gems that hopefully some people don't know about, and maybe make some think, oh, I might go there on a day. So I'm just I tell you what, it's cold today, you know, bleeding cold, especially, you know, like now I'm gently walking back downhill. I really feel I have to put my snood back on. Oh. Not bad though. I think as a round trip, it's only a 1.5 miles, you know, maybe 2 miles if I'm lucky, I'm not really sure. But it's been good. Nice afternoon, quick afternoon walk. So I hope you've enjoyed it. You know, I'd appreciate it. It'd mean well to me if you could like, subscribe, share to maybe other people that you think might be interested or in local walking groups. And that wind, it's not a strong wind, it's just so cold. I'm going to put my snood back on. I'm going to end video, put my snood back on, get back down at Rav and get out of these clothes and get changed, get warmed up before I have to go back out for the school run. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.